Good evening. We begin tonight with a severe weather alert. You are looking at Little Cottonwood Canyon.
You can see the snow starting to pile up on the road there, and this is an area that's really going to be hit hard as that latest storm makes its way through the state tonight.
Yes, after a day of whipping winds, that next layer of the storm just around the corner. Rain and heavy snow expected in parts of the state.
We do have team coverage tonight of that storm. ABC4's Courtney Johns live outside of UDOT. But first, we turn to Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy. She's been tracking the storm's movement for us all day. So, Alana, what do we need to know tonight?
Well, we still have the winds in play. You notice that in Courtney's live shot as she stands there and her hair continues to move. This storm system is knocking on our door. Let's take a look at the storm tracker radar. You can see exactly where that heavy band of snow is set up. It's basically pushing into the northwest corner of the state. And yes, our mountains are already tapping into this. As we take a close look and zoom in, you're going to see snow in the high country above 5,000 feet. But we know those snow levels will begin to fall as we kind of step back here. You can see that very long band. That is what's going to be moving in, and it's going to create a window of heavy to moderate snowfall along the Wasatch Front. So we know with that, we are going to be dealing with this snow pushing in to Cache Valley as we get through the next several hours. Now, it's not just Cache Valley, folks. We actually know that we are going to be seeing several locations dealing with this snow as we kind of take a closer look there. Now, we definitely have been dealing with warnings on top of this. So the band that's headed our way, it is prompting those warnings. That winter storm watch that we saw, nope, it has turned into a winter storm warning. This includes the Wasatch Front as well as the Wasatch Mountains, Uintas, mountains in central and southern Utah, but then along the I-15 corridor. This is a storm system that while it will move quickly, it's going to pack a serious punch. Now the winds, we talked about those. They have been an issue throughout the day, and we still have the wind advisory and the high wind warning holding on at this hour. We know those wind gusts have definitely topped 50 to 60 miles per hour throughout the day, and the peak wind gusts will be right ahead of that front as it continues to approach and impacts Logan, Ogden, Salt Lake, and then into Utah County in the southern and central portions of the state. Okay, so we know we've got heavy snow and wind on the way. What does that mean? Well, the third warning we have in play, an avalanche warning, and this has been posted and will hold until Saturday at 6 a.m. So several weather alerts as this system approaches. We're going to track how much snow you can expect, and we're going to take a look at the timing, the best timing of when the snow will hit your backyard coming up in my full forecast. Glenn, Emily, back to you.
All right, a lot to talk about. Thanks so much, Alana. Appreciate that. Snowplow drivers getting ready for an early and busy day. And one organization says we're seeing less of them on the job every year. ABC4's Courtney Johns joining us live in Salt Lake City tonight to explain why we are seeing a nationwide shortage of snowplow drivers. Courtney.
Yeah, Glenn, I'm outside UDOT's Traffic Operations Center, and Alana is not kidding about that wind. It is really strong out here. This is the spot that they use to communicate with the plow drivers, letting them know where they need to go when that snow starts to fall. And they say they are dealing with staffing shortages, and they say the reason is simple, and it's one that we're seeing in several industries. It's money. According to the National Coalition for Open Roads, they say snowplow drivers aren't making enough money, and it gets worse for people who work for the state. They say the average wage for a snowplow driver is over $25 an hour, but most state-run transportation departments in the West start at about $19 an hour, and in Utah, it's even lower. Utah has the second lowest starting wage in the West at $17.60. Doug Anderson with the National Coalition for Open Roads says staffing started to become an issue around the time of the pandemic.
There's some agencies, local agencies that have mentioned that they've just basically given up and decided to do the best they can with what they have. They just can't get the applicants that they're looking for in trying to, fill these plows.
Anderson says it's not the agency's fault, it's just a lack of funding. But he says if we continue down this path, we could be looking at major problems, like major roads having to close when there's major snowfalls. Well, they work on those, which could impact our economy, like delaying deliveries because they won't be able to use that road. But more importantly, he says if the roads aren't plowed, that can cause crashes and lives can be lost. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, Courtney Johns, ABC4 News.
All right, Courtney, we thank you. Well, snowplow drivers on the job overnight and through the morning, expecting to be busy. Of course, UDOT tweeting earlier today that conditions could be so bad that they're urging drivers to even delay their morning commute. They also have a warning for anybody driving down to Las Vegas to see the Utes play for the Pac-12 championship.
try to avoid traveling bright and early tomorrow morning or overnight down to Vegas, because up and down the I-15 corridor, it is going to be snowpacked. It's going to be, we're expecting a lot of snow on the roads, especially during the overnight hours. So plan around that.
UDOT encouraging drivers to download their app to keep an eye on roads across the state.
And while snow will be an issue for drivers, the ski resorts are looking forward to it, especially after today. A number of resorts had issues with those high winds Alana was talking about earlier in the show. Brighton and Alta had to shut down because of it. Alta telling us at one point they were dealing with wind gusts of up to 100 miles per hour, which can be dangerous for people on chairlifts.
I think everyone's okay that, we had to close down today because we know what tomorrow is going to bring, lots of powder skiing.
All right, the resort's saying it is so rare to shut down for wind. She can't even remember the last time it happened at Alta.
And tonight, a deadly crash under investigation. This happening on the off-ramp from Bangerter Highway getting onto 90th South earlier today. Police say a pickup truck was going too fast as it left the highway and hit another truck. That truck rolled off the road and into a shed. Well, the driver died on the scene. Police say this is a reminder that we all need to be careful when out on the roads.
I think this is just a reminder for to remind motorists to obey speed limits, obey traffic laws. We have those for a reason, and just especially during this holiday season, just be mindful of safety as you're out driving on our roadways.
No word on the condition of the other two people in the truck.
We're learning more tonight about a young victim hit and killed by a car yesterday afternoon. Police telling us it was an 11-year-old girl, and she was crossing the street in a crosswalk near Bonneville Elementary School at the time. A memorial has popped up near the scene of the crash. The driver who hit her is cooperating with police.
And an arrest made after police found hidden cameras in bathrooms at the University of Utah on campus there. A student found a camera hidden under a sink in the Student Life Center. When police searched the building, they say they found a camera in another bathroom and tape that could have held yet another camera in a third bathroom. Police will review the footage and contact anybody on the footage they can identify, they say. Students adding that the situation is unnerving.
It's kind of a shocker to think that someone would do something like that, and there's like a possibility that we could have been the ones inside.
32-year-old Frederick Whites was taken into custody after the cameras were found. He's accused of stealing the ID of an alumni to install the cameras. Police say he's spotted on surveillance leaving bathrooms around the time they think they were installed.
Salt Lake City Police saying its Project Safe Neighborhoods program is working and the numbers show it. The chief releasing stats today saying since it started and as of the end of October, police have seized 51 kilograms of meth, more than 300 guns, and $320,000 in cash. He also reports overall crime citywide is down nearly 9% year to date.
All right, if you're looking at getting into the holiday spirit, a new spot in Harriman might just be the place to go. The Gift of Light Nativity at Zions Bank Stadium is now open. There will also be a Santa's Village, light display, and even selfie spots. Kids can write to Santa, and workers there will make sure he sends a response. But one of the highlights is the live nativity.
This is our live nativity scene, so you're going to come through Bethlehem, you're going to meet some characters of the past, and work your way through to see baby Jesus born.
The nativity will be open 7 days a week and will run through Christmas Eve. Another way to get in the holiday spirit, how about helping someone in need? We have a way you can do that. Here at ABC4, we are collecting toys for tots to make sure it's a Merry Christmas for every child. How you can help, you can drop off new and unwrapped toys or gifts for toddlers to teens up to 15 years of age at any Papa Murphy's location or even right here at our ABC4 station. This runs through December 18th.
Coming up, President Biden holding the first state dinner during his time in office tonight. But before breaking bread with France's president, it was a day of serious business, the issues they discussed.
And still ahead, Christmas will be here before you know it. And if you're still making travel plans, we have some tips that may save you some money.
Plus, there's that live look from Little Cottonwood Canyon where we have fresh snow. We know that snow moving into the mountains, but also the valleys. What will start as rain will quickly turn over. The timing on it all in Utah's most accurate forecast.